Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Pokémon Year Cycle. Today we'll be talking about everyone's favorite, underappreciated first-generation starter, Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur? I thought we were gonna talk about Zero from Stitch.
I thought we were going to talk about Artsy.
What? No and no. Maybe we'll talk about Lilo and Stitch after this, but that we'll see. As for Artsy, we're not talking about that.
You mean I bought all this stuff for nothing?
Yes, this is Brain and this is Heart, by the way. They represent my logical and critical, and emotional, and romantic sides respectively. They will not be featured in the rest of this series. You'll have to wait to see them in my 100 Years of Animation series. Anyway, back to Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is the first Pokemon in the National Pokedex with the current number of 0001. The previous 10 PYC dates are February 27, 1996, December 18, 1998, October 8, 2001, July 29, 2004, May 20, 2007, March 10, 2010, December 29, 2012, October 20th, 2015, August 10th, 2018, and May 31st, 2021. Bulbasaur is a grass-poison type Pokemon, being the only dual-typing starter in Gen 1. Bulbasaur are among the most unique Pokemon, especially in Gen 1, as they are both plant and animal, with a rather bit of confusion about which animal, if any, Bulbasaur is based on. While Bulbasaur isn't my favorite Gen 1 starter, I have a positive association with Bulbasaur. I remember Bulbasaur in one episode of the anime, working at a sanctuary and helping Pokemon. I also remember a few helping Tim and Detective Pikachu, but we'll get back to that later. Now we need to read the Bulbapedia entry, but before I do, I want to mention how Bulbapedia and its host site, Bulba Garden, are named after this Pokemon, and the logo is even based on Bulbasaur's bulb. In case you're wondering, I chose Bulbapedia because it's one of the most comprehensive Pokemon wiki is. Hello, for the computer-based things, which are Bulbapedia, the community posts and fan art will be using this camera and this whole setup. But anyway, let's start with Bulbapedia. We're going to start over here on the right side with the info box here. So it's Bulbasaur, it's the seed Pokemon, it's number 0001. I'm not even going to try to pronounce Japanese. This is its cool image, this is its image. It's pretty cool, pretty, kind of greenish. The bulb and the spots. You can go here, if you want, you can see more images of it. We're not going to do that. So its type is grass and poison. Its abilities are overgrow, chloroform, which is its hidden ability. Sorry, chlorophyll, not chloroform. Gender ratio, it's mostly male at 87.5% with 12.5% female. Its catch rate is 45%. Its breeding. Its age group is monster and grass. Its hatch time is 20 cycles. Height is 2.4 or 0.7 meters. Weight is 15.2 pounds or 6.9 kilograms. Base experience yield, whatever that means, is 64. It seems to be 64 throughout. I don't know why they specified this, but I guess maybe that's just the thing that they do. Leveling rate is medium slow. That's not going to be great when we do that later. EV yield, again, don't really know what that means. It's got one special attack. Its Pokedex color is green. Its base friendship is 70. These are all links to various other places you can look at this. Bulbasaur is a dual-type grass/poison Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. It evolves into Ivysaur starting at level 16, which evolves into Venusaur starting at level 32. Along with Charmander and Squirtle, Bulbasaur is one of the three first partner Pokemon of Kanto available at the beginning of Pokemon Red, Green, Blue, Fire, and Leaf Green. Biology here. Bulbasaur is a small quadrupedal amphibian Pokemon that has blue-green skin with darker patches. It has red eyes with white pupils, pointed ear-like structures on top of its head, and a short, blunt snout with a wide mouth. A pair of small, pointed teeth are visible in the upper jaw when its mouth is open. Each of its thick legs ends with 3 sharp claws. On Bulbasaur's back is a green plant bulb that conceals 2 slender, tentacle-like vines, which is grown from a seed planted there at birth. The bulb is also provides it with energy through photosynthesis as well as the nutrient-rich seeds contained within. First partner Pokemon are raised by breeders to be distributed to new trainers. Having been raised by humans from birth, Bulbasaur is regarded as both a rare and well-behaved Pokemon. It is known to be extremely loyal, even after long-term abandonment. Bulbasaur have demonstrated a nurturing instinct towards younger, weaker Pokemon, one individual even using its spines to pick up a crying Pokemon, gently rocking it back and forth through the air while singing a Bulbapedia. Its spines are long and strong enough to allow Bulbasaur to grab the branch of trees and pull itself to reach berries. Bulbasaur can survive for days without eating a single morsel. As shown in Pokemon Sleep, Bulbasaur is known to sleep in sunny spots. I think that's supposed to say Bulbasaur is known to sleep in sunny spots. But it doesn't, and I can't edit it right now. They just recently went through an upgrade, so it's a whole thing. It is found in grasslands and forests throughout the Kanto region. However, due to Bulbasaur's status as first partner Pokemon, it is hard to come by in the wild and generally found under the ownership of a trainer. It has recently it has recently been seen living in the terrarium of Blueberry Academy. A Bulbasaur's bulb will flash blue when it is ready to evolve. If it does not want to evolve, it struggles to resist the transformation. Many Bulbasaur gather every year in a hidden garden in Kanto to evolve into Ivysaur in a ceremony led by Venusaur. According to the anime. Evolution, Bulbasaur evolves into Ivysaur, which evolves into Venusaur. Yeah, and then these are the, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur. Okay. In the anime, I think we're just gonna skip this segment, because it's mostly, yeah. We might talk about, but, I don't know, it's not really what the focus of this series is, so we're just gonna move on to the Pokedex entries that appear in the anime. So, in episode 10, for Ash's Pokedex, Bulbasaur. It bears the seed of a plant on its back from birth. The seed slowly develops. Researchers are unsure whether to classify Bulbasaur as a plant or animal. Bulbasaur is extremely tough and very difficult to capture in the wild. Solar Beam, Bulbasaur's strongest attack. Light is collected and formed into a powerful beam with intense force, and that's referring to its attack, Solar Beam. So, and then later in the X and Y series, I guess, in Serena's Pokedex, Bulbasaur, the seed Pokemon. A young Bulbasaur uses the nutrients from its seed for the energy it needs to grow. In Pokemon Origins, there's one that, Pokemon Generations, there's a Poketoon about it, apparently. Pokemon Evolutions, I guess there was a thing. I don't know what that means. Okay, in the manga, it's Ash's Bulbasaur, in the manga, he was based, somewhat on the manga, the anime. So, then we got, movies adaptations, we got, all the appearances in the movies, the animated movies, then we've got, more of the manga. We've got the TCG, that's a whole different page. Then we've got, it's other, and the trading figure game, that was a thing. I'm not going to talk about that, in this series, because that's, weird and niche, and I don't want to, that, so someone else could cover that if they want to. Other appearances, is Super Smash Bros. Melee and Brawl. It appears as a random trophy. Melee trophy information. Bulbasaur is a cute Pokemon, born with a large seed firmly affixed to its back. The seed grows in size as the Pokemon does. Along with Squirtle and Charmander, Bulbasaur is one of the three Pokemon available at the beginning of Pokemon Red and Blue. It evolves into Ivysaur. Its Brawl trophy reads, a seed Pokemon. From birth, Bulbasaur carries a large plant seed on its back. It uses the nutrients from the seed to grow bigger and bigger. Extended exposure to the sun will cause its body and seed to grow in size. Some say that once the seed was much lighter, Bulbasaur was able to get around on two legs. Bulbasaur evolves into Ivysaur. Okay, then we got its Pokedex entries. In Red and Blue, a strange seed was planted on its back at birth. The plant sprouts and grows with this Pokemon. Its Yellow Pokedex is, it can go for days without eating a single morsel. In the bulb on its back, it stores energy. The Stadium Dex, as it reads, the bulb-like pouch on its back grows larger as it ages. The pouch is filled with numerous seeds. In Gen 2, we've got Gold's. The seed on its back is filled with nutrients. The seed grows steadily, larger as its body grows. Silver, it carries a seed on its back right from birth. As it grows older, the seed also grows larger. Crystal, while it is young, it uses the nutrients that are stored in the seeds on its back to grow, in order to grow. In Stadium 2, the seed on its back is filled with nutrients. The seed grows steadily larger as its body grows. In Gen 3, in the Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald Pokedexes, Bulbasaur can be seen napping in bright sunlight. There is a seed on its back. By soaking up the sun's rays, the seed grows progressively larger. Fire Red, there is a plant seed on its back. Right from the day this Pokemon is born, the seed slowly grows larger. Leaf Green, a strange seed was planted on its back at birth. The plant sprouts and grows with this Pokemon. Generation 4, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum's Pokedex read, for some time after its birth, it grows by gaining nourishment from the seed on its back. Heart Gold, the seed on its back is filled with nutrients. The seed grows steadily larger as its body grows. Soul Silver, it carries a seed on its back right from birth. As it grows older, the seed also grows larger. Generation 5 in Black and White. Actually, it looks like that's also Black and White, or Black 2 and White 2. For some time after its birth, it grows by gaining nourishment from the seed on its back. Down to Gen 6 here. X's Pokedex entry reads, a strange seed was planted on its back at birth. The plant sprouts and grows with this Pokemon. For Y, for some time after its birth, it grows by gaining nourishment from the seed on its back. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire read, Bulbasaur can be seen napping in bright sunlight. There is a seed on its back. By soaking up the sun's rays, the seed grows progressively larger. Generation 7, go to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. It can go days without eating a single morsel. In the bulb on its back, it stores energy. For Generation 8, got Swords. There is a plant seed on its back right from the day this Pokemon is born. The seed slowly grows larger. In Shield, while it is young, it uses the nutrients that are stored in the seed on its back in order to grow. Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl read, for some time after its birth, it grows by taking nourishment from the seed on its back. And finally, Gen 9, for some time after its birth, it uses the nutrients that are packed into the seed on its back in order to grow. It carries a seed on its back right from birth. As its body grows larger, the seed does too. And here's what it looks like in the Blueberry Pokedex. I'm not terribly familiar, but I think, yeah, I know that the games, from what little I've seen, the games use these kind of fun visuals. So here's all the game locations. I'm not going to read all these. Gotta look at them if you want to. Skip ahead a little bit. Then in the side games, you got Snap and Ball Stadium channel, however that's pronounced. Yeah, all of these games. You can see them passing by here. And then these are, I guess, events that have existed in the past. I guess. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all these in-game events. Yeah. And you got the base stats here, 45 HP, then it goes to these amounts, 49, then these amounts, 49, amounts, 65, then these amounts, 65, then these amounts, and speed 45, and then these amounts. So, then the total is 318. You can also check out, apparently, other Pokemon with this total, but we're not going to do that. And these are, how it's all calculated. I don't know what a Pokethon is, but here are these stats if you want to look at them. Type effectiveness, these are under normal battle conditions, of course. Damaged by, and this is as of Gen 9, I know there are other sites that you can check out, like what they are for previous games, and that'll probably be helpful to me later. Damaged normally by normal, poison, ground, rock, bug, ghost, steel, dragon, and dark, weak to flying, fire, psychic, and ice, all for ×2. It's not immune to anything, it's resistant to fighting, water, grass, electric, and fairy, and for fighting, water, electric, and fairy, it's half, but for grass, it's a fourth, which I guess makes sense, it's its own type. In Gen 1, the effectiveness of bug-type moves were ×4, so, they've gone down significantly. And these are all the moves you can get from leveling up. The first you start with Tackle and Growl at level 1, Vine Whip at level 3, level 6 you get Growth, 9th Leech Seed, Razor Leaf at 12, Poison Powder at 15, same with Sleep Powder, Seed Bomb at 18, you kind of see what each of these are. Okay, Takedown at 21, Sweet Scent at 24, 27 has Synthesis, 33 is Worry Seed, 33 is Power Whip, and 36 is Power Beam. So yeah, you can see what type they are, what category they are, whether they're physical or status moves or special moves. You got Power, Accuracy, the amount of times you can use it, the power points I think is what PP stands for. PP. Yeah, and then these are stabs, I guess. I don't know what a stab means. I don't know what stab means. Same type attack bonus is what it says down here in the corner over the link. Okay, that's good information to have, I guess. Gen 10, or Gen 9, sorry, the TMs, these are the ones that, yeah, these are in Gen 9, I guess, as well. These are all the things you can learn. So, Takedown, these are the TMs. TM1, Takedown, 2, Charm, 7, Protect, 13, Acid Spray, 20, Trailblaze, 25, Facade, Magical Leaf is 33, 45 is Venoshock, Endure is 47, 49 is Sunny Day, 56 is Bullet Seed, 57 is False Swipe, Body Slam is 66, Sleep Talk is 70, 71 is Seed Bomb, 81 is Grass Knot, 85 is Reset, 88 is Sword Dance, 103 is Substitute, 111 is Giga Drain, 119 is Energy Ball, 130 is Helping Hand, 137 is Grassy Terrain, 146 is Grass Pledge, 148 is Sludge Bomb, 159 is Leaf Storm, 168 is Solar Beam, 171 is Terra Blast, 175 is Toxic, 181 is Knockoff, 193 is Weather Ball, 194 is Grassy Glide, 204 is Double Edge, and 204 is Curse. Sorry, 224 rather is Curse. And then these are all by breeding. So Gen 9, I guess you can also see what other ways they could be, and I guess that's true for the TMs and the level ups. There are options, I guess, alter maybe other pages or something. And these are all the parents. If you do the Curse group, in the Ingrain group, I get, or that's the move. Sorry. Type is Ghost. I don't know what the group. I guess it's just whatever grouping it was earlier. And then this is Toxic. So these are these are the parents you need to get these moves. And these are the types that they are. This is or whatever the type of move. I guess it is. Yeah. These are the statuses, and then these are the accuracies, and that's the power points again. Then you've got TCG moves only. Got Scratch, Bite, Lunge, and Present. You can see on all of these. What they are, and anime-only moves, Dig and Whirlwind, and then you can see which episodes they were used in. Side game data, I'm not going to go through all this, but, these are all, it's body size, and it's recruit rate, and it's friend area, and it's phrases, and it's, okay, yeah. Oh, I guess that's phrases it says when you talk to them. Yeah. When they're in between these HPs, I didn't know that was a thing. Okay. Partner phrases. So, if they're your partner, they'll say these things. Yeah. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time. You got all this. And all the phrases in Super Mystery Dungeon. All it's body size. Oh, I guess it's one tile. Okay. That makes sense. Pokemon Ranger. I didn't realize that there were Pokemon that had more than one tile, but it's good to know that, I guess. Pokemon Ranger. I don't really know what that is, but here's all that information. And Guardian Signs. Again, I don't know really what those are, but these. You want to do Rumble Rush or Rumble Blast or Rumble, the weird Wii games. Got Pokeparks. That's a fun game. You got Battle. I'm not going to try to say that word. Pokemon Shuffle. The shuffle games. Pokemon Go. Pokemon Magikarp Jump, new Pokemon Snap. These are, I guess I have a thing to read. When Bulbasaur is born, it lives for a while via photosynthesis, and the nutrients in the seed on its back. Until it grows bigger, it depends on other Pokemon to survive. These are costumes you can get in Pokemon Go. Evolution data is Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur. You can use rare candies if you like to get there, or you can level them up the normal way. These are the sprites. I'm not going to read all these. So you got the red and the original ones, and the red and green in Japan. Then you got the red and blue ones, the yellow, the gold, silver, crystal, ruby, sapphire, emerald, fire red, and leaf green. You got all these. Of course, gold introduced shiny Pokemon. Yeah. You got Gen 4s, you got their sprites, they're all moving and fun. And of course these guys, and they turn into the models and Gen 6 rather. And of course a bit better ones, and yeah. They keep getting better quality images, and that's Home's official sprites. Trivia, in Japanese, Pokemon Red, Green, and Blue, the international Pokemon Red and Blue, and the Japanese Pokemon Fire, Red, and Leaf Green. Professor Oak classifies Bulbasaur as the plant Pokemon when the player is about to choose it as their first partner Pokemon, using the term while referring to its type. In the English versions of Pokemon Fire, Red, and Leaf Green, it's called, he calls it the grass Pokemon. Makes sense. This also occurs in the first episode of Pokemon Origins. Interesting. However that's pronounced. Released $1 coins featuring Bulbasaur as part of a commemorative promotion for the Pokemon franchise, with the Bulbasaur on one side and the nation's coat of arms on the other. So then these are the coins. You can see the Bulbasaur, Charmander, Pikachu, Meowth, and Squirtle ones. Bulbasaur's evolution family is the only first partner Pokemon to have the poison type. Interesting. Bulbasaur's evolution family is also the first partner Pokemon evolution family to have each member appear at least once in the Super Smash Bros. Series. Interesting. Bulbasaur shares its category with its evolved forms and Sunkern. They are known as the Seed Pokemon. Bulbasaur's number, the National Dex, and the whatever that is, Fiore browser, are the same, 001, due to the censor that prevents Pokemon with offensive nicknames being traded on the GTS. A Bulbasaur with an English name couldn't be traded on the GTS without a nickname in Pokemon Black and White. Interesting. Weird, okay. Maybe, I don't know. Pasor? I don't know. In Pokemon Gold and Silver, Bulbasaur is programmed to be able to learn Charm through breeding, but no other Pokemon in the grass or monster groups can legitimately learn it to pass down as an egg move in those games. In Generation 3 and 4, Bulbasaur can inherit the move from Shroomish by chain breeding. In Gen 5 onwards, Bulbasaur can inherit the move directly from Cottony. I think that's how in Pokemon Sun and Moon, Bulbasaur could learn Vine Whip at level 7 instead of Leech Seed. This oversight was later fixed in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. While Bulbasaur is not considered to be part of the inspiration for the meaning Bulbasaurus, a genus of Dicniodonts, it is noted that the similarities may not have been entirely coincidental. I guess that's a creature or something. At origin, Bulbasaur is apparently based on a frog. In particular, its short legs, stout appearance, and ear-like protrusions on its head resemble a horned frog. According to Ken Sugimori and Atsuka Nishida, the latter designed Bulbasaur working backwards from Venusaur, meaning Bulbasaur was the last of its evolutionary family to have been designed, and it was directly based on Venusaur. The bulb on its back resembles a lily or onion. Bulbasaur is a combination of bulb, a rounded underground storage organ present in some plants and dinosaur. It may also derive from the word bulbous in reference to the bulb on its back. No, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Maybe a combination of, again, not going to try to pronounce that, strange, mysterious, and Tane, I don't know, I'm sorry, seed, as well as a pun on the phrase, that isn't it strange. These are all names in different languages and what they mean, or what their origins and stuff are. And these are pages you can look at if you'd like. That's everything for this one. Here are all the references and external links. You can see its article on that. You can see its partner trios. You know, this is obviously the first one of the 9 of them. And you got Ivysaur. There's the next Pokemon we'll talk about tomorrow. This is all part of this big thing that they're trying to do. But anyway, we'll be moving on. Hi, I forgot to do this, so we're gonna read this. Bulbasaur is the attraction chief of Bulbasaur's Daring Dash in the Meadow Zone, so even though it is forbidden, he may allow you to play on it. Bulbasaur extends its vines to attack and prevent capture. It attacks by shooting seeds. Hi again. We have to do another part. I realized I forgot to do held items when I edited it, so... and we do it in, we'll be doing it tomorrow and when we do Bulbasaur, so I'm just gonna read this again. Yeah. Pokemon caught in Generation 1 must be traded to a Generation 2 game in order for a held item to appear, and the held items are Bitterberry, it's red, blue, or yellow, that's 100% blue, Bitterberry. If it's Stadium from round 1, you get a normal box. If it's from round 2, though, you get a gorgeous box. That's it. Now, wasn't that fun? I certainly learned a lot. Now let's watch the first scene that Bulbasaur appears in the anime. Hello! Welcome to the anime portion of our segment. I don't have face cam for this, nor will I have it for the Detective Pikachu portion, but yeah, so we've got... so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna watch this first scene with Bulbasaur. There's a few instances of it, so we'll point those out while we see this right now, or the battle has just happened in the episode, so join me as we continue.
Gengar is moving beautifully today. It's training.
Yes, I am
This is Ash Ketchum.
Ash Ketchum is a boy from Pallet Town.
He's a boy from Pallet Town.
And now that I'm 10, I can finally
10.
get my Pokemon license.
You can finally get his Pokemon.
10-year-old
Oh, there's Bulbasaur.
beginner Pokemon from Professor Oak, the town's
they get from
Pokemon
Professor.
expert.
Okay, so that's it for this segment. Yeah, we'll do more later. Bye. That was fun. Now let's watch the scenes featuring Bulbasaur and Detective Pikachu. Hello and welcome to the Detective Pikachu portion of the video. I cleverly call Detective Bulbasaur because it's only the frames with Bulbasaur in it. So that's the idea. If I've missed a few frames, or if I've assumed Pokemon was Bulbasaur when it wasn't, I apologize. That's how this is going. But in this scene, we see, Tim, the main character, is watching a video about Pokemon he's about to enter Rhyme City, a city where Pokemon coexist with humans. And in this particular scene of the video, the narrator is explaining that Pokemon and humans have been interacting. It began with ancient humans for the purposes of good.
For the common good.
To Rhyme City.
Rhyme City, that's Tim. There's a few Bulbasaur down there. There's a Bulbasaur here. This is another establishing shot of Rhyme City. More establishing shots. More establishing shots. There's maybe one. I think this is a Bulbasaur here, but there's definitely gonna be some over on this side here. Yeah. And then this scene is, so you can see our little Bulbasaur here. This scene has so Tim has met Detective Pikachu, a talking Pikachu that is also a detective. And they've tracked this chemical called R to this underground fight club called the Roundhouse. We won't get to see any of the fight club scene in this one, but yeah, so we'll move on now. It's just kind of okay, here. Now we're in the office of Howard Clifford, the founder of Rhyme City, and we have a little Bulbasaur here on the art. So that's, yeah.
That I do.
Okay, in this scene, Detective Pikachu has been hurt, and so Tim is gonna ask this Bulbasaur for help to find a healing Pokemon. This is Lucy, another main character, and her Psyduck.
Hey!
As you can see,
Please!
yeah, he's
Please!
backing in.
He's hurt! Please!
Yeah.
Please. I'm begging you.
So now he's leaving. Now he's gotten more Bulbasaur to help him, or it, them, whatever. Now we've got these couple Bulbasaur are kind of funny if you want to pay attention to them. So he's joining them, but he's like, "Nuh-uh, you can't come with us." Yeah. And then... Then he's checking back, looks back again, just make sure she's not coming. And we see that one more time, making sure she's not coming with them. Now they're entering a forest to go to that alleged healer Pokemon. And these are more lol. We'll talk about them in a very many days. Yeah, they're gonna follow the Bulbasaur here on their journey. So here they are walking through the water to get to where they need to go. Yeah. And now, yeah, they're going through this sort of ravine, I guess. And here on the left are a Pokemon called Comfey. On the right is a Pokemon called Bulbapedia. Can't really see them here. You get a bit of a better scene of the Bulbapedia here. Then, yeah, we're at the rock, so this special rock. The Morlul are telling him to put Pikachu here,
Here?
Yeah, now they're leaving.
Wait. Where are you going? What am I supposed to do?
That's the voice, you can kind of hear it, is the voice of
This
Mewtwo.
afternoon.
And so now we're at a parade scene. This is the parade celebrating the 10th anniversary of Rhyme City. We're counting these because there's a big Bulbasaur float here. That'll appear a few times. Yeah.
The whole city is converging on downtown.
So in this scene, you got our Bulbasaur here, but at this point in the movie, Tim and Pikachu split up because Mewtwo has shown them a vision where Pikachu believes that he has betrayed Tim's father, Harry Goodman. So now they've got to come up with a plan because Mewtwo has been kidnapped by who they believe to be Roger Clifford, Howard's son. Yeah, and so, and her boss is Roger, so they sort of need to come up with a plan how to deal with it.
I don't know what happened between you two, but we need to strategize.
I'm gonna go talk to Howard.
Bulbasaur's over here and over there.
Howard!
Here.
Mr. Clifford! Your son!
So now the parade is starting. We have a Bulbasaur float here. There's probably a Bulbasaur around here on the street as well. I don't really know. Anyway, let's keep going.
So as you can see, we are more than happy with the turnout today.
Here now, she's trying to not get his attention. Yeah.
In the parade, our benefactor, Halliford.
So now, Howard, who is revealed to have kidnapped Mewtwo, has used a device to allow his mind to control Mewtwo, and these Pokemon are reacting to Howard has just broken his own window in his office with his Mewtwo powers, and so yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah, we're gonna watch Mewtwo / Howard reveal the plan.
Me, but for all of humanity. And now, so can you, humans and Pokemon, merged into one.
I've seen this movie a lot, making this. So I'll be quoting that probably every time I have to watch that. But this is how. So this is the R-gas. It causes the Pokemon to go wild. I'm not really supposed to say that though in this video. This is like the third time I've had to record this because I forgot a couple scenes with Bulbasaur. But in the Venusaur video I say that I didn't mention that in this one. So don't tell the Venusaur people. Anyway, yes, and so that's important for the Pokemon need to go wild so that Mewtwo can merge the humans and the Pokemon together. And you'll see that coming in here. And there's got a few Bulbasaur over here and over there. I got one over there. No, there's definitely Bulbasaur in here somewhere. Down there. A few over here, and I think a few in the background. Yeah, one here. And that's Mewtwo. Okay. So Detective Pikachu has now returned to Rhyme City after discovering something. He was going to talk to Tim, but now has learned that Howard is in the mind of Mewtwo. So now he's gonna fight Mewtwo, and so you see what I believe to be Bulbasaur. It definitely looks like sort of a bluish creature with a green bulb. So I'm assuming that's a Bulbasaur. So we'll now see a bunch of the Bulbasaur float in a cut in this sort of fighting sequence. There.
There's no way of future!
There it is. So in this scene, well, there's the Bulbasaur, but also, yeah, we're back in the office. He was knocked out earlier, and so this is the Ditto. It's being revealed. So Howard, I guess, I don't know if it was the Ditto that did it or Howard that did it, but Roger, was in this closet here. He just rescued him. This was what we saw as Roger earlier in the film. It's actually Howard's Ditto, which is a Pokemon, if you're unfamiliar, that can transform into different beings. So yeah, you'll see it. And the iconic thing, we'll stop it when we get to that. So. Then here, okay, so now it's turned into a Loudred here, or the form of a Loudred. It's using its sonic wave attack, but these little circles are an iconic feature of Dittos. When they have to, I think in the lore, it's when they are doing it, when they're copying by memory rather than direct sight, they have these little dot eyes, and so, yeah. So this is, back in the fight scene. He's fallen on a satellite here, and you can see Bulbasaur over here. And then, so now, watch this. Now he's fallen on this building. Here's the Bulbasaur float over here. Okay, so now we cut to much later in the film. Howard's plan has been stopped. The neural link connection, which is how Howard was able to control Mewtwo, has been severed. In this act, well, at the time, Mewtwo was carrying Pikachu, but because the link was severed, it caused Mewtwo to become disoriented and drop Pikachu, but Mewtwo is now using its psychic powers to save Pikachu here, and we're going to see a little bit of the reconciliation scene between Pikachu and Tim, the meeting up after being split back, or split up rather, and then we got our little Bulbasaur right here. And now Mewtwo is fixing everything that Howard did. I think there's definitely a few Bulbasaurs around here. Anyway. And then there's a Bulbasaur here on the stands again. And the humans have been separated from the Pokemon. And now Howard was just arrested. We got this little Bulbasaur here. And then Roger's gonna give Lucy a job properly. And then we'll see a little bit of that, but not too much of it.
What is flaws? Deep down, I blame myself for not being there for him. You.
There. And now we're in the credits. So, yeah, you see Bulbasaur here. So for that last one, you saw there was a bunch of Pokemon flashing in that spiral thing. There may have been frames where Bulbasaur wasn't there. I'm not cutting that. I wasn't gonna cut that. It looks like it was a pattern of some kind, so I assume that Bulbasaur was in every frame in some way, but not. I'm sorry, but yeah, that's the end of this section. I'll move on to the next one, okay? Bye-bye. Now let's talk about the Pokemon Trading Card Game, or TCG for short. I have only one Bulbasaur card.
It's from the second release of the cards. The art was illustrated by Mitsuhiro Arita, a prolific TCG artist, who has worked on the series since the beginning and still works on it to this day, as of 2023. I like the action pose that Bulbasaur is doing. It's clearly in the middle of a battle. It has 40 HP, it's 2'4" and weighs 15 pounds, 0.2 pounds lighter than what is shown on the official Pokédex. It has one move, Leech Seed, which uses 2 Grass Energy cards to perform. In the video games, the Leech Seed plants a seed that drains the HP of a Pokemon until it faints. It takes the HP that was drained and adds it to the HP of the Pokemon that used it, or if they fainted, the other trainer's Pokemon until the Pokemon it was used on faints. In the TCG, at least on this card, it removes 1 damage counter, a token that indicates Pokemon has taken damage, from Bulbasaur, and attacks for 20 if possible. It's weak to Fire-type moves. According to a database of cards, it takes double damage for those types of moves. It costs 1 energy card to retreat. Its description states, a strange seed was planted on its back at birth. Thus, a plant sprouted, and now grows with this Pokemon. This is similar to the Pokédex entries in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Leaf Green. It's level 13. In the video games, it would be 3 levels from evolving into Ivysaur.
I don't have any of the rest of the Bulbasaur line, so the next Pokemon I'll talk about with the card is Charmander. Now, let's see why people love Bulbasaur. Let's move on to the fan art.
Hello everyone. Nobody submitted fan art, so instead we're going to do DeviantArt art. You know, if you are an artist, please let me know. If you don't want any of this to be featured, I will blur it. But in any case, we're gonna go through these art until we get to one that doesn't have Bulbasaur in it, and that's the whole thing, so let's begin. So we got this cute little Bulbasaur art, but it's holding a little flower that's Vine, and it's by Riley Kitty. It's from 2019, it's called Bulbasaur. Then we've got, this cute little Bulbasaur among the flowers here. It's also called Bulbasaur by, Zhao Xin, maybe? Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce names very well. It's from 2013. Then we have, this very stylized, almost looks like a gremlin, little looking Bulbasaur, looking after, maybe being fascinated by this plant here. It's called Bulbasaur by Ken Ket. It's from 2018. Then we've got this Bulbasaur doing sleep powder, it says. Bulbasaur sleep powder. It's cute. It's by Arceus Pokemon from 2010. Then we've got this Bulbasaur who's got little vines. It's a big Venusaur. Yeah, big Venusaur in the background there. It's called Bulbasaur. It's by Tamberella, I guess. Then we've got this cool stylized image by Francis John here. And you can see, you know, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur here. It's a very cool image. Then we've got this image from Odd Green. It has all of the different things. We've got, you know, Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, and Mega Venusaur. This is from 2016, so Gigantamax Venusaur wouldn't have been a thing yet. Then we've got this Grass Starters by Clockbirds from 2019, so it's the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starters. You know, Bulbasaur here's got little berries, I guess, helping bring them up, or maybe, I'll probably bring them down, yeah. Probably what's happening here, they're picking the berries to bring them down. Yeah. Then we've got this Pokemon 20th Anniversary by Zrudez from 2016. It has all the starters of the first 3 games, you know, 3 main starters in red, blue, and /green, and then of course the Pokemon Yellow one. We got the big Pikachu mascot here. Yes, that's Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Pikachu. Then we've got this cool Sunflower Bulbasaur by MCG Mark, I guess. Yeah, it's just a Bulbasaur with a sunflower on its back instead of its bulb. It's cute, it's nice, yeah. Then we've got this cute Strawberry Basket one where it's a Bulbasaur with a strawberry. We got a couple Pokeballs represented here, and then it's by Corey Arredondo? I don't know. So yeah, or Corey, I guess is what they go by. Yep. Then we've got, for now, the first 5 starters here. By Finney. This is from 2011, so even older. Yeah, we got, yeah. And here we go. Here's our first non-Charmander, or not, sorry, non-Bulbasaur art. So this is where we have to stop. It's a cute Charmander, though.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. That's everything for Bulbasaur. Join me today at 8 p.m. CMT Central Mountain Time as I catch a Bulbasaur in Pokemon Blue. If not, I hope you'll watch tomorrow's video on Ivysaur. As per usual, this isn't my proper outfit, and you'll see me tomorrow.